What if I told you that one of the biggest reasons we get old, get sick, and eventually die isn't your heart or your brain or even your DNA, but a small, forgotten gland sitting right behind your breastbone, a gland that is quietly shrinking inside you right now? And what if a small group of scientists found a way to actually regrow it and in the process turned back the biological clock in living, breathing humans? This isn't science fiction. Let me walk you through it. The gland is called the thymus. You probably haven't thought about it since high school biology, if ever, but it might be one of the most important organs in your entire body. Its job is to train your immune system. Specifically, it produces and educates your T cells, the elite soldiers that hunt down viruses, bacteria, and even cancer cells. Here's the problem. The thymus doesn't last. It starts shrinking and filling up with fat shockingly early in life. According to researcher Dr. Fahy, by the time you're around 25, you've already lost about 75% of its functional part. By 31, you've lost roughly 90% of it. Scientists call this thymic involution, and it happens to every single one of us. So why does this matter so much? Fahy's argument is striking. He believes that a huge share of the things that kill us as we age trace back to this. As your thymus fades, your supply of fresh T cells dries up, and your body gets worse and worse at defending itself. And there's hard evidence that the thymus matters even late in life. A study published in the New England Journal of Medicine looked at adults who had it removed. Compared to people who kept their thymus, those who lost it had roughly 3 times the risk of dying within 5 years. Even an older thymus is critical. So Fahy and his team at Intervene Immune asked a bold question. What if instead of just losing the thymus, we could regrow it? It turns out you can. Earlier research had shown that a signal called growth hormone can stimulate the thymus to regenerate. But growth hormone alone can affect blood sugar. So the team combined it with DHEA and the common diabetes medication metformin to balance it out. They called the study the TRIIM trial and published it in the journal Aging Cell in 2019. The first result was exactly what they hoped for. In men in their 50s and 60s, MRI scans showed the thymus actually becoming more active again, with more functional tissue and fresh T cells. But then came the part that stunned the world. The team measured the men's biological age using something called epigenetic clocks. These are tests that read chemical marks on your DNA to estimate how old your body truly is. Not the number on your cake, but how aged your cells are. Normally, in a 1-year study, everyone finishes a year older. But after a year of treatment, these men's biological age went down by 2.5 years. They didn't just stop aging on paper. The clocks ran backward. It was one of the first times anyone had ever shown age reversal in living humans. Now, let me put a big, honest asterisk on all of this. This was a tiny study, just a handful of men with no separate control group. Some scientists have rightly pointed out that these clocks don't prove the body was truly made younger in every way yet. We need much bigger trials. And here's the part you absolutely cannot ignore. This is an experimental medical protocol. Growth hormone has real risks and needs close supervision. This is not something to buy online and try at home. Doing that could genuinely harm you. This is a window into where the science is heading. So what can you take from this? First, your immune system is deeply tied to how you age and handle cancer. It's not just about colds. Second, lifestyle matters. Habits like smoking damage the thymus. Protect your immune system with the basics: activity, sleep, and managing stress. The bigger story is that aging felt like a one-way street for a long time. The TRIIM trial cracks open the possibility that it might not be. That forgotten little gland behind your breastbone may turn out to be one of the most important keys we have to unlocking longevity. If this blew your mind, you're going to love what's coming. We break down the real science of living longer every week, so hit subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.